IVM.
Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach podcast. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. Today's fun fact of the day has to do with sugar. Did you know that there are many forms of sugar? A few created from natural sources and many artificially created. Take our table sugar for instance. The crystals we dissolve into our tea every morning, these crystals are actually 50% glucose and 50% fructose. Glucose is what we're familiar with from our school biology. It's what plants produce using photosynthesis. Glucose is what our body uses and understands as a source of energy. Every time we think about blood sugar, we are actually referring to blood glucose. Fructose, on the other hand, is produced by plants, but found only in the fruits. Fructose is so different from glucose that our body actually has a different way of dealing with it. The body's process of dealing with fructose is the same as what it does with dealing with alcohol. It's processed in the liver. So when we eat table sugar, the body is torn between these two processes. When we eat sugar, a cascade of reactions start taking place in the body. The tongue sends a signal to start the release of insulin, and another signal to the brain as a reward. The brain gets a hit of dopamine and is actually rewarded every time we eat sugar. This system of reward was essential for us as a hunter-gatherer because something sweet means something which is high in calories. Food high in calories were rare back in the day. Today, however, sweet foods are the easiest foods to acquire. Sugar, in one form or another, is found in our homes and hides in our breakfast cereals, tomato ketchups, biscuits, instant noodles, chocolates, desserts, jams, packaged snacks and drinks. Even foods we consider and buy thinking they are healthy are laden with sugar. Salad dressings, fruit juices, milk powders, muesli, peanut butters, flavored nuts, dried fruits, and even those dried cranberries. What I find crazy is that even toothpastes have sugar. Imagine that brushing your teeth is meant to get rid of the sugar, not redistribute it. I am very passionate about the sugar crisis our world is going through, and I have a feeling historians will look back on this generation and wonder how we managed to get things so wrong with sugar. I used to be a massive sugar consumer about 4 years ago. I remember my friends' look in horror as I piled in 4 teaspoons of sugar into my tea. I have fond memories of finishing a whole bottle of Nutella over the course of a movie. Chocolates were like popping peanuts. I had no idea back then the effect of sugar was having on my body. How it was aging me inside, how it was destroying my skin, giving me that dull grey look. But most of all, I had no idea sugar was what made me tired and cranky through the day. One of the problems with sugar is that it spikes up your blood sugar. The body gets a burst of energy. Once the sugar is consumed, comes a crash. Lethargy sets in and we feel tired. Being tired turns into being cranky. We put our hand out and reach for another sugary treat. Get a hit of dopamine, feel good, and the cycle continues. Sugar is always just within reach. This is the first in a series of podcasts I will dedicate to sugar. As your habit coach, relying on sugar is one of the core habits we need to change. So your first habit to deal with our sugar addiction is to go around and gather all the food lying around that contains sugar. Put it in a big bag and donate it to that neighbor. You know which one? The neighbor that you don't like? The one that's always complaining about how you park your car, or the one keeping the staircase dirty? That one. Next, make sure that none of these food items enter the house. Rule number 1 of breaking a bad habit is to make them tough to do. Do not hide the sweets, saying that you have willpower. Don't keep them away saying, I will offer them to guests. Just get rid of the sweets. It will be hard. It's never easy saying bye to that chocolate you got from abroad. Replace them with a good quality dark chocolate. Every time you feel the need, that burning urge inside to have something sweet, go ahead and treat yourself to a piece, yes, just a piece of that dark chocolate. So start these habits and share with us your progress using the hashtag #TheHabitCoach. If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am Ashdin Doc on Twitter and Instagram.
Hello, everybody. We have a brand new daily podcast we're working on with Bloomberg Quint. All you need to know provides the top news on business, markets, and the economy so that you can stay ahead of the curve. Tune in every morning on BloombergQuint.com, the IVM podcast app, or wherever you get your podcast from.
Every week comes a show where three people come together to tell you about stuff they like. A movie, a TV show, a book, and other stuff. Tune in every Monday on the IVM Podcast app to IVM Likes. Batman approves this message. Thank you, Batman.